Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so this is Choo Charles. I've never played this game before. I've not watched anyone play it. Logan and I have joked about it a handful of times because we keep seeing it on the Archipelago site. It's officially supported. But we figured before trying to do an Archipelago of it, we should probably play the main game. And I have the day off. Logan's a little busy, so we couldn't continue on Macron. I believe we're planning on trying to continue that maybe Wednesday this week. But since he's unavailable, and I have nothing else better to do today, I figured I'd do a unscheduled stream. It's kind of slapdash, because it was kind of last minute. At first, I was probably just gonna record it and eventually upload it, but I've got like 4 or 5 Let's Plays queued up that need editing and posted onto the channel, even to the point where I've thought about upping my schedule from Monday, Wednesday, Friday, with Friday being Final Fantasy Fridays, to every single day getting a video instead of it being spread out. Just one video per day, but upping it, because otherwise those 5 Let's Plays, since they were kind of on the longer side, it'll be like this time next year by the time I get done editing most of them, and some of them are a couple of years old at this point because I'm trash at video editing. So I'll have to decide on that. But yeah, I figured rather than recording it and getting like my blind playthrough look at least with the opening. I know it says continue, it's because I was testing the layout of the stream and the sounds and everything to kind of fix the audio mixing a little bit. I figured rather than recording it, I could just do it live and it would be unedited. Unedited. That word. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead. Yes, I do want to start a new game. We're going to do classic mode because nightmare mode sounds like it would be terrifying for someone who's never played the game. I don't know what the gameplay loop even is. So we're going to go classic mode. And we're going to see if it'll redo the tutorial.
I know it's been a while since we last spoke, but something has happened at the mines I've been supervising. No, trust me, you'll want to make time for this. You're looking for something big to keep your museum in business? Well, there's something big on that island. Real big. So many friends, and even my own son are still out there. If anyone can bring this thing down, it's you. It'll be the biggest attraction your city's ever seen, and you can help an old friend. Yes, meet me on the docks at sunset. I hope you're ready for a little monster hunt.
It's weird that his mouth doesn't move, but okay. So did he say that his son and several other people were trapped in the mines?
Yes, sir. They call him Charles. Half trained, half giga spider from hell. We've been planning his demise for some time now, and have nearly everything in order. Just a few people to meet and places to see. Simple errands, you know.
Oh, I know.
Yes, sir. Welcome to
I do not, in fact, know.
the island where miners dig their own graves. Stay close. Charles isn't the only thing to fear around here.
Interactable items will glow when you hover over them, and will perform an action when you press. Okay. This is the PC version, so we will be doing mouse controls. I've also upped the stream to 60 FPS, so we'll have to see if that looks better. I went ahead and limited the settings to 60 as well. My monitor supports up to 144 plus. I have nothing more to lose here. I've made up my mind to swim to the mainland, or at least try. I likely won't make it, but still I see my chances being higher out there than on this god-forsaken rock. Okay, we found a note. And it does not look like he made it that far. Man, buddy, you, what, you jump off the deck? That's it? Guy couldn't swim, evidently. Why is the train tracks coming all the way down to here? What's the point? Anything else I can interact with? No, doesn't look like it. Okay. Alright, what's your name? Eugene? What's going on?
There's a train shed at the top of the hill. One of the train operators was killed early on by the beast, so his old engine should be in there.
Okay.
If we can get to it, it could be an indispensable tool on our journey. Stay close. We don't want to be exposed for too long.
Keep up with Eugene by sprinting. Hold or toggle with shift. It is hold. I'd have to go into the settings and swap that. Do I have a stamina bar? Doesn't look like it. Looks like I can infinitely run. Which is probably perfectly fine because I don't see me outrunning any kind of spider train.
Ah, shucks, it's locked. Not to worry, we can still find a way in. There's a small shack up the path that might have a key inside. Take this map, I just marked the location on it. See if the key is up there, and I'll look around some more down here.
Fair enough, I can look around for a key. Open the map within. Ooh. Blue arrow marks your location. White lines mark the train track. Red arrow marks splits the track. Okay, so like that. NPCs and missions are marked on the map. Place waypoints to make traveling easier. Place waypoints, what does that mean? Unmet NPC. Oh, there's quite a few NPCs actually. That's a required mission. Okay, yellow ones are optional. Blue is required. Red is a weapon mission, whatever that means. So there's a split there. That's our current mission. Baby's first mission. Look inside the nearby shack for the key to the train station, okay? How big is... This is a pretty decent sized map. Although I'm sure it'll feel a little bit smaller once we get the train going. Depending on how fast that train is, obviously. And several things require you to go off the tracks. Like that one by quite a margin, too. Alright. Place a waypoint to make traveling easier. What, so like right-click here? Does that mean I'll be able to see that when I'm out of the map? Zoom in, zoom out, pan, place waypoint. Can I get rid of a waypoint? I don't see a way to do so. Weird. Well, we'll mark it there for now. Can I see that waypoint? Yes, I can. Okay. So I can see a waypoint without having to open the map if I right-click. Although I don't see a way to get rid of the waypoint without, I suppose, reaching it. Would reaching the waypoint get rid of it from the map? Is it gone now? No, it's still there. So even though I've reached it, if I were to walk away, it pops back on. Okay. That's a little weird. But maybe I just don't know the controls yet. I will say, while I was testing, I did make it this far. I didn't really fiddle around with any of the controls since I was just working to get the stream set up. But, it is weird. So Q and E let you, like, lean around corners. It is weird not clicking E to open doors and stuff. Inventory by clicking I. Train station key. A small gold key that can be used to open the abandoned train station. Okay. Anything else? No. Fair enough. Alright, Eugene. I have found the key.
Good on you! Looks like you found it. Open up that door and lead the way.
You didn't even try and, like, move or anything. A lot of help you were.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. She's an oldie but a goodie. I'm going to inspect the train's exterior. Why don't you take a peek inside, see what we got to work with?
Okie dokie. And this is as far as I made it. I got on the train. That was it. So I kind of want to look around the actual building here. See if there's anything to see. We got some targets. So from my understanding about this game, your job is to hunt down Choo Choo Charles, or Charles the train. Spider thing. Nothing else? Okay, cool. And in order to do that, you have to slowly upgrade your train, and you do that by wandering around the island, helping out people, etc. That's my basic understanding of how the game is supposed to function. Your epic train. Use it to quickly navigate the island. A weapon and shield against your foes. Your respawn point if things go wrong. Okay, so you can die and respawn. I don't know if you lose progress or materials or what. Interact with items around the cab to learn about how to use them. Okay? We got, what, a blueprint? Upgrades. Train health, speed, damage, and armor. And it requires scrap. Okay. So, health right now is 100%. I assume if train health goes down to 0, that's a game over. So maybe I can die outside of the train, but if the train dies, that's a game over, potentially. Speed level is 1. Maximum forward and reverse speed, so we can go in reverse, okay. Increase all weapon damage, all damage taken by your train. Okay, cool. We got a gun. Look to aim. Use your action input to fire, so left button. Guns will briefly jam from overuse. All guns have infinite ammo. That's good to know. I don't have to craft ammo. New guns can be earned in missions. So guns, I would assume, that take longer to jam after long periods of use and don't have as much recoil, I would assume. Okay. Hello, Eugene.
Well, the exterior is a little rough, but everything looks to be intact. That gun you were looking at wasn't on here when I was evacuated from the island, but it sure looks fun to use.
So who put the gun on this train?
We can light up Charles with it and take him down before he even sees us coming. Are you ready to take this thing for a spin?
I have nothing to lose. Center lever moves the train forward. Left lever moves the train backwards, disabled during the tutorial. Right lever stops the train. Leaving the train while it's moving automatically stops it. Okay, so if I just jump off the train in the middle of it moving, it auto stops. This one stops it while I'm in the train. And this one puts it in reverse mode.
It's him! It's him!
Oh,
Get
jeez.
the gun! Light him up! Light him up!
Okay, yeah, sure.
Don't let the gun overheat! He's not taking
We're in it, fully. Eugene's gone. No, Eugene. Eugene. That was my bad. I kept trying to click E on it when I shouldn't have been. Eugene, no! Oh, are we gonna stop right on top of him? Damn it. Oh yeah, that's gonna be very weird. Dare I get out with that spider creep this close? The answer is yes. Is there anything I can do with your body?
This isn't how things were supposed to end. I thought we could still fight like the old days. Yes, sir. Easy in, easy out. You'll need to do more than I thought, but I don't have time to explain. Find the eggs.
Find the egg. So he's... Oh. Charles is a dad train. Oh boy. Okay. So we have to find the eggs. That one is a required mission currently. There's a couple, but that one's on the way right now, so I'd say that's a good starting point for the time being, which I guess I can go over here and mark that on the map so that I know where I'm going. Yeah, that's gonna be so weird. I'm clicking E for everything, and it's just, that's not how this game is played. Okay. So I just have to... they ripped that band-aid off real quick. I wasn't expecting Charles to hit so soon. So that's kind of interesting. I'm going to assume there's got to be some kind of, like, musical sting that plays so that I know that he's on his way or something. I have no clue. Like I said, I've not watched any gameplay of this at all, and this is my first playthrough. Oh, stop. Signs indicate upcoming track splits. The light at the split indicates the direction of the track. Stop your train and interact with the lever on the ground to change the out. Okay. So that one says we'd be going left, but I want to go right. So it is weird that you can't specify the train speed by default. It's just either go or not go. Okay. Get off. Come up here, swap the tracks. Miss anything? Scrap. Okay, so I missed some scrap back there. 4 scraps. Okay. And I should probably use 1 to heal. Oh, wow, okay, yeah, we were already at 70%. 3 scraps to increase speed, damage, or armor. Let's go ahead and increase armor level to start off with, because I was already complaining that it seemed a little fast. The train movement was a little fast. Okay. Of course, because we are in fact in a train, train sound effects do not necessarily mean that Charles is on his way. Oh, do we get a little lever? That's a person. We'll talk to them real quick. Howdy, howdy. How are you, miss?
Eugene told us we'd have a newcomer soon. I suppose that would be you.
Seeming to be.
There's some scrap metal in the balcony room of my house that you could use to repair and upgrade your train. Here's the key, and although the balcony is right behind me, I'll just mark it on your map anyway. As a side note, talk to anyone around here, and they'll do whatever they can to help. Anyone not wearing a mask, that is.
Not wearing a mask, okay. What about the people wearing a mask?
Check out the balcony, and take whatever you can use.
Well,
Good luck
thank you,
with everything.
Candace. I can accept that. What about the people wearing masks? Is there like a spider cult that I don't know about? Candace's key. Upstairs bedroom that should be used. Okay, that's apparently not the door. Upstairs bedroom, not downstairs bedroom. Alright, cool. There we are. Thank you. Yes, that is quite a bit of scrap. We've been waiting as patiently as we can. The past few days have been chaotic to say the least. Charles has been more aggressive lately to the point where I'm starting to fear how many of us will be left by the time help arrives. Godspeed, Eugene, we're counting on you. Yeah, hopefully we're as useful to them as they're thinking we will be, because now you've got some resources, go back to your train. I got the achievement for picking up scrap. Scrap in her house. Cool. Can I talk to you again or no? No. Okay. Onto the train for upgrades, I suppose. This is still, I assume, technically the tutorial. Although I can back up, and it said that was only disabled for the tutorial, so... Alright, well, I'm going to heal the train the rest of the way back up. And then I'm going to put more into armor as well. Because the less damage we can take, the better, I think. Alright, well, thank you, Candace. We will be on our way. Oh, our fast travel point was removed. Oh, it still moves even while I'm in the map mode. That's interesting. You know, actually, does it show Charles? Well, first of all, that implies while I'm in the map does not necessarily mean that the game is paused. That is good information to know. And a little terrifying, because that does mean you should not stay on your map long. Or Charles will probably come and grab you. It's like a junkyard. Find some scrap in there. We'll stop here for a second. That seems like a good thing, right? An optional mission. Okay. Well, we'll stop here for the time being. We'll get to the main quest soon. Hello? Oh, hello.
Look, kid, I know you're supposed to be some fancy-pants monster hunter, but you can't earn my respect without making yourself useful. One of Warren's goons dumped a locked chest in the yard last night. After beating on it for a few hours, I didn't break anything but a sweat.
What's up with your arms? They look sewed on.
I got some lock picks, but I don't know how to use them. Here, take them. If you can get that chest open, you'll earn my respect. I might just give you some scraps to help improve your train.
Well, I'd appreciate that, sure. This is the lock-picking tutorial, I'd assume. I took scrap anyway. And what's up with his arm? He's got, like, some kind of weird, I don't know, metallic piece on both of them. It almost looks like his arms are, like, I don't know, welded on. Very weird. Alright, you said that someone dropped, like, a chest somewhere? I will take the scrap. I'm not seeing a chest in the middle of the junkyard. Is that it? That might be it. I'd like to point out as well, at least for right now, we do not have a gun while off of the train. So if Charles were to come by while we're not on the train, we have no means to defend ourselves currently other than hiding. That seems important to note. Well, that's an interesting lock-picking system. It's kind of like a rhythm game. Turn to Daryl to complete your mission. The heck is that? Ancient tablet. A very old stone tablet that features some strange drawings. 8 scrap and a handful of lockpicks. I'm going to assume that those lockpicks are permanent and that we don't have to, like, craft more. Is this a crafting game, or do you just upgrade your ship? Or your, train? Any more scrap while I'm stopped? I'm going to assume, since we've not ran into him again, that Charles, during that tutorial bit, was scripted for obvious reasons. But I'm also going to assume that that gives you a general idea of how you know he's nearby. I'm going to assume that he blows his horn as kind of like an audio cue so that you know he's coming. But I suppose we'll find out.
Well, Fancy Fingers here
Lock
got
pick
the
a
chest
flop.
unlocked. That's an odd-looking piece of junk you found inside there. Bit of a letdown, to be frank. You earned my
Just a
respect. So
piece
here's
of
some
stone.
scraps, like I promised.
Well, thank you. Is there more scrap that just spawned, or did you just give me? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, he just gave us a bunch of scrap. Okay, cool. I'll take that. Alright. 36 scrap. Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll get armor level up to level 5 and increase all damage weapon damage, excuse me, to 4. Right now speed seems to be the lowest priority, because the train goes decently quick for the time being. And stop. Alright, there's apparently someone here for the main quest. I'm gonna assume that's you, ma'am.
The monster hunter has arrived, I see.
I am, Miss Helen.
This is no ordinary hunt, mind you. We've already tried fighting Charles, but he retreats into the wilderness if he is sufficiently harmed. We believe there may be a way to get Charles to commit to a mortal battle, however.
Oh?
Dispersed around the island are 3 eggs, locked in the island's 3 primary mines.
Okay, this is what Eugene was talking about before he passed.
Our theory is that putting these eggs in the temple at the center of the island will provoke Charles into a fight to the death.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the mining company owner, Warren Charles III, has placed armed guards inside each mine to protect the eggs.
Why would he do that? Why is he protecting the train? Mining company owner Warren Charles III. Is this the armed guards might be the ones who are in masks then?
There's an egg in the mine just down the rail. Here's the key to the mine. I've marked the entrance on your map.
Okay. So that's one of the mines there. I could see... So that'd be one of the mines. I'd assume all of them are off the rail somewhere. Probably near each one of the main characters, if I had to assume. Weapon mission must be the upgrade to the guns that you can get. You can see birds and stuff. Is this an actual top-down view? Could you theoretically see Charles running around on the map somewhere? Oh, that is so weird. Can I see me on the map? It's not that close, I guess. But I mean, it's pretty decently detailed. Oh, that is so strange. So very, very strange. And this is where we started. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious now if Charles was running around on the map, if you'd be able to see it. The lightning lights up the map too. That is so strange. Alright, so we got 3 mines that we have to go to. One over here, probably like one up here, and one over here. And then we have to take those 3 eggs and bring them, I assume, here, so we can fight Charles to the death. Now, if I'm correct, each one of these mines, according to what Helen was saying, is protected by the mine owner, Charles III, while that the name of the train is Charles as well. But you know, here we are. Well, howdy doody. How you doing, Sean? But yeah, we'll just have to see. Well, I'm gonna probably stop and look at this weapon mission quick. And we can also see if maybe there's some more scrap around here that she's not telling. Oh yeah. You're holding out on me, lady. We got some scrap. We had 2 things to scrap. How dare you? Alright, and we have 7 now, so it's not enough to increase damage level again yet. We could increase speed, though. First name Choo Choo, last name Charles. Maybe the train is his son. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe the mine owner, you know, is in fact a spider. And he was just so in love with one of his trains, you know, he had a child with it. That sounds like some weird ass story that would be one of the attractions in Illbleed. I mean, if the Revenge of Queen Worm exists, surely they could have done one that involved someone and a train. You got any scrap? I see your building is on fire. That is a shame. It looks like you are now homeless. Which is really bad on this island specifically, because that just means that, you know, that Charles will in fact get you. Good luck. do not have any more scrap. Okay. You do have a gun, though, from what I hear. I like your shirt.
I made a little flamethrower as an addition to my spider train home defense plan, but as you can see, that has slightly backfired.
Just a little.
Nearly cooked myself alive in that shed as I was testing it. Shoot dang. I would love to save the shed, though. If a flamethrower somehow still works after the fire dies down, well, you can take it.
Okay,
I'd assume you're the monster hunter that folks have been expecting, so a weapon like this could come in handy.
That it could. So we have to find a way to put out the fire. You know, if it rains harder than this, I might not have to do anything. I might just have to wait. More scrap. More scrap. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, so you haven't missed anything quite yet. Essentially, I started... Oh? Why can't I move the map? Oh, it must have still been loading in. I started on the shore here, did a little bit of tutorializing, and then started here. And we've basically moved down the rail to about there. We've ran into only like 2 NPCs, both of which were like tutorial. One was for lockpicking, one was for just telling me the objective of the game, which apparently is to find 3 eggs, bring them to the center of the island, and have a fight to the death with Charles. We had one friend, Eugene, who invited us to this island to hunt down Charles. Apparently, against the wishes of Charles III, who owns the mines on this island, which I have forgotten the name of the island. It was like Algamountain or something like that. I don't think that'll be relevant. We'll just call it the island. We have, in fact, stopped the fire. Okay. I heard the horn of a train. Use this to customize the okay, yeah, train color, that would be fun. I heard the horn of a train. So does that mean Charles is on his way?
Using the water tank to put out the fire.
Bug
Here,
spray
genius.
blades.
Woohoo! Here, take old bug spray. Cause of this chaos.
Whip it on your train. Choo Choo Island.
I don't
I like
wanna
that.
see
That's
it
acceptable.
anywhere near here again. Shoot.
I don't know if that is the soundtrack or if I should be worried that I'm going to say I should be worried that Charles is on his way. I'm getting back to the train. Alright, bug spray. Slowing is highly increased. Fire it. Fire rate is very high. I mean, I guess fire rate would have to be pretty high. It is a flamethrower. No range and no damage, though. I'm going to assume if I equip that the other ones become unequipped. Okay. So we have the derailer, damage range. That one seems more useful at this point in time. I got 13 scrap. It is a rather fitting name. We will increase damage. So damage and armor are pretty high. Okay. So that's been dealt with. I guess I could look around and see if my theory's right. Do I see a Choo Choo Charles anywhere on here? The people on the island just call him Charles. I do think it is rather weird that the mine director's name would be Charles as well, though. Maybe they named it after him. Nope, nope, nope. Where's he at? I heard you. Am I going backwards instead of forwards? How am I supposed to shoot him if I'm running away? Buddy. Buddy, come around to this side of the... What? Okay, escape. This is all my bad. This is all my bad. Oh, hello. Derailed. Respawn at train. -2 scrap. I lose scrap for that? Yeah, you're not safe in menus, as it turns out. Dang it, I should have looked at my map to see if I saw him. Yeah, the issue is, I got screwed up, and was going backwards instead of forwards. I should have been going forward. So that's my bad. It does look like I kept that, so I don't know when it auto-saves, but... I'm gonna guess we're an orange train now. Very nice. And I need to go... what? Here? Well, you know. It would have been nice if he would have gone around the train to the back so, you know, I could shoot him. He was just being rude. It's like he didn't want to be shot or something. Do I have to have gas for this? Now that I think about it? The train just to run? Does it need coal? I don't see a place to put coal. So I'm going to assume probably not. It's probably safe. If the mines are protected by the mine owner, and I don't have any weapons, then how am I supposed to get past them? That's my question. Do I actually get weapons in this game? Southern Mine Summary Document Week 1. Mining has been proceeding smoothly, and we're seeing signs of a solid vein already. The tools are still holding up well, and we finished constructing our shelter. We haven't spent long here, but we're getting settled in, and adopting a good rhythm and schedule to our work. Yeah, I imagine he comes by a lot sooner, so... There's two ways that this game could work out. If I get the egg that's in this mine, either A, I hold on to it until I get all three, and then I take all three to the temple in the middle, or I get egg, and then I take it to the temple. Get egg, take it to the temple. But regardless, I think probably for each egg that you get, the more aggressive Charles becomes. That probably sounds like what the gameplay loop would be. If I had to assume, anyway. Nothing? Okay. Well, I guess we'll go in the mine and see what's going on. I'm going to take a wild guess and say Charles can't get me while I'm in here. Simply because he cannot fit. That might not be the case with the other two mines. But probably with this tutorial mine. This is probably a terrible assumption to make. Urgent letter to Mr. Warren. That's what it was. Charles Warren III. While mining the farthest tunnel, we broke through a wall into a large cavern. There's something strange here, but we don't know what it is. We're requesting that Mr. Warren visit the southern mine, site as his earliest convenience to give us further instruction. Eugene, the team supervisor. Yeah, that's our pal Eugene. He died. He was the first casualty in the game, followed closely by me. Stealth. Lean to spy on enemies. Oh, is that why we just had to avoid the guards? Is that it? Got some more scrap. Nothing else over here. Okay, so who are these guards? I'm going to assume they're the guys in masks that I was worried about. Doesn't appear to be anyone down here. Okay. I'll unlock you then. This is the lock-picking minigame. It's pretty interesting to look at. That one kind of looked like a frog. I can now turn my train green. A solid color. Okay. Don't see anyone yet. And there does not appear to be a crouch mechanic or anything. In fact, is there a mapping for crouch? Interact, inventory, map zoom in, place waypoint, open map, exit, pause, forward, back, left, right, jump, sprint, lean, skip tutorial. So no, there is no crouch. Okay. Ooh, now that I'm looking at it, in the bottom right, we have my health versus the train health. After perishing, did my train health go down to 0 completely? And stay there, even after respawning? The hell's going on in here? Is that acid water? Is that someone whistling or just wind? No, that's someone whistling. Okay. So I should be worried about that, probably.
No trespassing!
Oh, trespassing. Okay, okay. Okay, he's shooting at me. He's shooting at me. Ow. Rude. Dude. Dude. Okay. Okay. Ow. There's the egg. Cool. Won't matter if I die. Oh, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Oh, I'm beating it. Bye. Whatever reason it's making me think of the Elder Scrolls games. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, actually. I know exactly where you're coming from. It did feel very Elder Scrolls. The Skyrim design. Scrap. Okay, how do I heal myself other than just... Oh, it looks like I heal over time. That's fair. I can accept that. Ooh, I do like that green. That green. Alright, well, I've got one of the eggs. Yeah, that is... I have to completely repair the train after every death. Oh, that's wild. That is... rough. You'd think, you know, dying was enough. And plus dying gets rid of scrap that you would need to fix up the train. So that's rude. But fair enough, we've gotten one of the 3 eggs. So, you know, that's good. Get the train moving. Where to next? So we do have an optional NPC down there. But we'd have to go backwards to get to him. For now, I say we come up to this split in the track here and go see what this guy's up to on that dock. And it does look like I get to keep the egg in my inventory. One of the 3 eggs required to activate the temple and summon Charles for a mortal fight. Fair enough, and the temple's there, I think. There was a chest down there I could have picked up. Mayhaps I will stop and return for it. I don't see why you would ever want to use this unless you want to summon Charles. Maybe there's a reason you would want to summon Charles other than when he finds you, potentially. Thank you. I will accept that cache of scrap and get back to moving. Alright, so we got 10 scrap. We'll go ahead and increase the speed a little bit. Why not? Okay, we're approaching the split here. So we'll go ahead and stop at the split. No, I said stop at the split. Thank you. I don't know which way I'll want to go. We might go through the whole, like, outside of the map first before exploring some of the inner bits. Get a feel for the full island. Some scrap there. Don't mind if I do. A little bit more? No? Okay. Don't see anything along the beach. We are awfully far away from that train. Which, once again, I assume is the only way we can defend ourselves against Charles. I don't think there's any kind of, like, weapon that you get as a person. Gray paint. Well, that's not a great upgrade for the train, but I liked the Oogie Boogie green. It's very nice. I've been praying someone from the first evacuation group would send back another boat, but I guess they all think that George's supply boat is still evacuating people. They're all safe and cozy on the mainland, but feel no obligation to make sure everyone else escapes. I know that Charles sinking the boat isn't something anyone would expect, but still, to think I would have left this place by now, it makes me sick. Indeed. I will take all the scrap I can get, thank you. You must be the guy who wrote that note. Who are you, my good sir? Why do you have train tracks going all the way down the dock? Is that normal? I feel like this deck, this, like, dock, excuse me, would not support the weight of a train. Then again, it might only be for mine carts now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's not a full-size train track. I'm being stupid. Hello?
My goodness, the others
Santiago.
actually convinced someone to come help us. I'm so glad you came, but I simply cannot stay any longer. This island is too much for my nerves to handle.
Understandable.
I've brought all my belongings here so I can leave immediately when a boat arrives. Although now that I think about it, I did forget my journal at home. Could you bring it to me?
Where's your home?
It's a dangerous journey for sure, but you might manage with that train of yours. I'll give you all the scrap metal I have. Just please, bring the journal next time you're here.
Did you mark it on my map? Okay. Where have you marked it? Well, that's actually not too far from where I am. And that does mean I want to go right, and I can talk to that NPC while I'm doing it. That's fair. Yeah, no. We'll do that now. That sounds like a vibe. Keeping an eye out for Charles. Hopefully he doesn't touch me while I'm off the train. That would be of the bad. And I do want to take the right-hand side, so we'll back up a little bit. Alright, he's straightened out. And we want to go right, if I'm correct. Yes, we want to go right and then left. What scrap do I have? 12? Increase speed again. Although apparently it wouldn't be a bad idea to stock some scrap for in case we get absolutely decimated by Charles. Anything here while we're here? Well, I don't like that blood. That's not good. Unloading all the supplies has been an incredible eye-opening experience. Here at the port, we've been working all day, every day. We are tasked with unloading the boat and running supplies up the hill to the tracks, where Theodore and Eddie deliver them to the different sites we'll be mining. Sheer cost of all this infrastructure is mind-blowing. With all the success Warren's family has had in this business, I'm surprised he's choosing to take such a risk here. I mean, I'm going to assume that this entire island is only being used for mining. Now, if that's the case, the quickest way to get around the island would be train. It is big enough that cars it would not be realistic with the few people that they do have here. And of course, we don't know how populated this island was before Charles started rampaging around, but I really don't like where that blood's going. Okay. But train is the most realistic option for this island. Though it does make me wonder what the heck that temple... Who built this temple? I have to assume it was here before. They didn't just add it when the mining company came here. You know what I mean? Alright, train's moving. I want to go left this time. And it's already set to go left. Okay, cool. Keep an eye out. See if we can't see any crates. Oh. Charles might be on his way. I think I very vaguely heard the sound of a train horn. Oh yeah, he's doing something. Dare I stop? Dare I stop? Don't hear him at the moment. We'll check out this building. The past 7 days, there have been some strange happenings in the nearby boulder field. A week ago, I went over there to clear my mind, as I often do, and found a strange drawing pinned to a lamppost. I took down the page and burned it because it seemed like the best way to deal with paranormal paper. Okay, sure. The next night, I found even more drawings and burned them as well. Found exactly 16 drawings, multiple nights in a row, and now they're accompanied by horrific, ghastly noises. I don't feel safe going out there again. My best guess is the place is haunted. Maybe by our lost crew members. Maybe by something else. Well, obviously they're just best friends with Slender. Slender Man. He does like leaving drawings around.
Say, you're that monster hunter.
Sure am. How you doing, Sasha?
I must know, do you have any experience with ghosts?
I don't believe in ghosts.
Someone or something has been pinning exactly 16 drawings to lampposts in the boulder field every night. I always collect and burn them, but as I was looking for them last night, I began hearing strange noises and seeing strange things.
Well, it might have been Charles.
I only found half of them yesterday because of the commotion. Could you go find the last date and bring them to me?
8 pages? 8 pages? This has to be a Slender joke, right? Yeah, I suppose I can go over to the boulder field and take a gander. That has to be a Slender Man joke. The 8 pages. To be fair, Slender in this engine wouldn't be terrible. It's got the creep factor. They definitely made a pretty good atmosphere for a horror game. Granted, it's a spider train, so I can't necessarily take it seriously. But Pages found... This is just a giant Slender joke. That is hilarious. And now all the sound effects are fucking train noises. The ambience, you know, so with each page that you get. Okay, okay. What? Just happened? Was I just teleported into the middle of nowhere? Yes, yes I was. Okay. Well, that doesn't seem safe. So do they actually have a Slender Man in there somewhere? And when he catches you, he teleports you out? Question mark? I'm gonna assume this game does have falling damage. Oh yeah, they do have a Slender Man. What is he doing? Oh, this is silly. This is silly. They have their own version of Slender Man chasing you around. As if Charles wasn't enough. And right after I got done saying that I couldn't take this whole game seriously because it was just generally amusing. Like the thought of taking it seriously. When the main enemy is Thomas the Tank Engine with spider legs. At least they made it in good faith, but now they have like Slender Man Easter eggs. Oh, hello. Yes, yes, yeah. Oh, excuse you, sir. I already told the lady back there I don't believe in ghosts. What the heck are the rest of these pages? Really is a Slender game. Can't find nothing around here. Have I already been through this section? Probably. Oh, scrap, thank you. I think there was one on that post. What over here? Have I been over here yet? Talking about Slenderman reminds me of VR chat map with an optional Slenderman page hunt. Oop, there's one. It's very clearly a joke from Silly Pages to Slender, himself being in a wheelchair as he chases you. That is pretty funny. I don't really do anything with VR chat. Mostly because I can hardly manage. He is right on my tail. I can hardly manage to... Oh wow, he did not care. Took quite a bit of damage from that as well. Mostly because I can't stand VR for long periods of time, although I've been getting better. Haha, I got another page. One more. Although I did hear that a while back, probably like a year or so, or more, that VR chat, though, that was the edge of it. Got him. Get out of here, Slender. But of course, because this is Choo Choo Charles, it's not Slender. His name's probably like the Conductor, the Conductor's Ghost, or some shit. Yeah, he is right on you when you're going through all this. Can't see a thing. Here's the last page. VR chat got a playable AP world recently. How did VR chat get an AP world? What do you mean it got a playable AP world recently? What do you do? What is a check in VR chat? Is there more to VR chat than what I'm thinking there is? Is it more like, I don't know. Oh, there's the page. Well, turn Sasha to complete your mission. Will do. A part of me thinks I should probably go through this area again and look for more scrap, but then again, I was pretty thorough in picking it up as I ran. I'm gonna say I'm probably fine. I'm gonna head back this way. Anyway, as I was saying, VR chat has a non-VR mode, which makes it just chat, I guess. Bunch of puzzle solving, I would assume. Howdy, howdy.
Thanks for bringing me those papers.
Boulder Fields pages.
Here are some scraps for your help.
How many scraps did you give me? 61 scrap? Whew. Oh. Okay, Charles is on his way. For sure, that was Charles. Okay. Oh, I'm still where I need to be. I'll go a little bit up the track. See if maybe Charles comes by to start attacking. But I need to be right here. I don't see him on the horizon anywhere. Alright, we're gonna go for it. At least we got all that scrap just now. Maybe I should have used it before getting out of the train, though. Just follow the AP world. VR chat has had a non-VR mode for a long while. I used to play that until I got my own headset. A surprising number of worlds and avatars actually accommodate or are exclusive to PC. Fair enough. The only interest that I've had in VR chat is I've heard it is a great way to meet with people for, like, language learning. So I've thought about using it since I've been trying to learn Japanese, because it gives you a chance to hit up a server that is specifically for learning that kind of thing. But I never got interested enough to actually try it. And right now I'm on a break from that. Although apparently, I did not lose touch, because Logan got a Sega Saturn here recently, and we were testing out some of the games that it came with. And one of the games was like a... What is this? This isn't the temple, is it? No, it's just like a shrine of some sort. The only thing I can assume is they must be worshipping these train spiders on this island. I cannot remember the title of the game. Oh yeah, Charles, get pissy. I'm going to attempt to use some of this scrap while we still have... Nope, nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Get out of here, Charles. Get out of here. I knew he was coming. I knew he was coming this time. I got your number, son. Get out of here. Ooh. Oh, I thought for a moment that there was another Charles. Get out of here. Go on. Go on. That's what I thought, sir. We've survived our first Charles encounter. Get bent. Where am I? Okay, we did do that. You know what? That actually works. Yukyu Jensokyoku second album. That is the game that we found. And, thank you. It was completely in Japanese. And I was doing, like, off the fly, translating to the best of my ability. And for the most part, I did get the gist of it while we were playing. So, I was pretty proud of myself, honestly. Alright, so this works out because we wanted to go down... Well, there's the temple. Should I check out the temple while we're here? A little bit. See if maybe I can drop off this egg. I also have to assume that this temple is going to be guarded by the mine owners and men as well. Alright? I have to assume. Like, he'd be guarding all of the mines themselves for the eggs, but not the temple. That would be weird. So I have to assume he probably has people here. I like using VR chat mostly just to explore places. Really helps out whenever I get fits to wander and want to explore interesting places. Fair enough, fair enough. No scrap here that I've been seeing so far. I imagine Charles is going to be on cooldown for a hot minute. Oh yeah. So there are people on guard here. Those are the masks, and I think I just heard someone whistling. There's some scrap to be had here, though. Oh yeah, there he is. So there's at least one guy. We will come back later. because I have one of the eggs, and I'll need all three to deal with this area, and who knows, maybe I will get a weapon of some sort that I can use later on. So we'll go ahead and heal up the train. A little bit more armor. Yeah, we'll increase armor by quite a bit. Not doing too bad. Unless we get other trains, we're almost maxed out on stats already, which is wild to me. We need to return this guy's journal, so we're coming back down this way. And this one should already be set to go to the right. But mayhaps, instead of going to the right, I'll swap it to go left so we can talk to this guy and maybe this guy. See if we can't do those couple of quests. Maybe that quest on our way back to talk to this guy. We'll just have to see. Keep an eye out for materials. Yeah, this is the starting area where the tutorial took place. In fact, if we're... Unless Charles came back, this is about where Eugene died. Along these tracks. His body might even still be here. Who knows? No, I think we would have passed it by now. They cleared the tracks. Okay. Hello and thank you. I think I skipped that last time, otherwise those kind of respawn. Question mark? Keep an eye out for more of those caches. Anything here? Can't remember if I stopped here last time or not. Regardless, it doesn't appear that there's anything. Yeah, I kind of wish that there were multiple speeds that you could set the train to, other than just go and stop. But then again, nope. We're gonna need you to back up because I need this train track. Back up. There we go. Nothing else. Here is the next building complex that I would like to check out. Hello, good sir. Howdy, howdy.
You must be the archivist that Eugene told us about.
Tony Tittle.
We're happy you came to help us out of this predicament with Charles and that madman Warren. You know, that old train of yours will need some major upgrades if you want to take down Charles. There are some metal scraps in my barn that you could use to improve it. Here's the key to the barn. It's just up the path, but I'll mark it on your map anyway.
You know, I just noticed this, but it does not look like Skybox's, Logan's chats are popping up on the chat menu, which is weird. I know he's a moderator, so maybe that's why. I might need to adjust some of the settings for that widget. Is there a setting that like hides moderator chats? Icons. Hide common chat bots. Hide commands. Muted chatters. Doesn't say anything specifically about moderator badges and subscriber badges. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know why his chats wouldn't be popping up there. I would make a joke about the swerve star, but the train's brakes aren't quite that strong. What did he want? Loot Tony's bar. Use Tony's key to open the barn and collect resources. Oh, so he just wants to give us stuff. Fair enough. I can accept that. Give me resources? Ridiculous. I'm going the wrong way. This is why we have the marker. There we go. I'm in your walls, he says. Hey, it popped up that time. What the heck? I'm in your walls, he says. 9 scrap to be had in here. I can accept that. Scrap is scrap is scrap. You're actually at work, sir. If you weren't at work, we would be playing Omicron probably instead. Which I'm thinking that the next stream of that, I think you have Wednesday off. So we'll probably continue that on Wednesday. Even though Eugene has promised to send help once he reaches the mainland, I just realized he never mentioned if he'd return. I suppose he is the type of person to ignore the fine details of a plan. Everyone on the island is trying to find a way out of this mess. I can only hope that this archivist friend of his can work some magic. I don't care what strange things they've done before or what practices they use. As long as Charles ends up dead, most folks around here want the same. And then there are those crazies that want to leave him be. That darn Warren has lost his marbles. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Supply list: chicken feed, goat feed, fencing supplies. Well, scratch all that. No need to feed or fence animals that have already been eaten. That's a good point. That's a good point. You are distracting. Tab out of that. Cool. Right. See you, Charles. Is there anything else around here that counts as scrap? Going to say no. Sounded like a... Hello? Is that a bird? I don't know. It sounded like a trapped animal. I can only assume that that's not Charles. I don't think Charles makes that kind of sound, even to trick me into finding him. Charles is smart, but he doesn't have that ability, I don't think. Thank you, kind sir. I'm gonna assume that quest is done then. Yes. Next, we can run over to the guy all the way out there. We got 20 scrap. We'll increase armor again. That might have been a bad idea. Simply because now I'm completely out of scrap, but I'm sure we'll find more as we venture out this way. I don't know if running attracts more attention than just walking. think at the end of the day, it really won't matter all too much. If Charles finds me out here, I'm screwed, because that guy can literally outrun trains. Like, no offense to my player character here, but I don't think he can outrun the train if it were running full speed. I can see how this would make a fun archipelago, though. Are you a witch?
Well, hello, darling.
Lisbeth Merkwater.
I'm making a fresh stew with ingredients from my very own swamp. But I don't have any meat at the moment. I smell a carcass on the island in the swamp, and if you wait over there and bring it back for me, I'll pay you some scraps. Although, you'll need to be wary of Barry, the swamp monster.
The Swamp Thing from the DC universe? I haven't read a Swamp Thing issue in a hot minute.
Keep an eye out for him splashing around, and don't move if he gets close to you. As long as you stand still, he's as kind as a kitten.
Alright. Holland. I guess I'm after some random carcass in the middle of your swamp. So I'm gonna need you to not kill me, please. Tasty, yummy stew recipe. Swamp water, salt, clover, dirt, salt, meat, any kind, human included. And more salt. Man, that recipe has a lot of salt. So she said it's in the middle of the swamp somewhere? I mean, okay, if you say so. And she said, just stop moving if he approaches. There he is. Yeah, I guess I just move until he starts getting pissy and comes towards me. Yeah, then I just stop. Yeah, as I move, he gets closer. And if I stop, he starts walking away. That's a weird mechanic. Reminds me of the invisible guys in Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Which is wild considering last night. I was about to say, did he just walk straight up to me? Last night we were watching a stream of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Alright, cool. We made it to the island. Is that a giant fish? What kind of fish is that? Like a barracuda? Does it say in my inventory? Dead fish. Perfect for a tasty stew. Journal. A large journal owned by Santiago from the port. Bring it to him for a reward. We got the green egg. Collect all 3 for a mortal fight. Any more scrap here, or am I good to slowly wade back over its shoulder? Guess we're good to slowly wade over. He waited perfectly for me. You're being rude, sir. You're being extremely rude. I don't know what he'll do. I assume he'll just damage me. Honestly, you're not even that impressive to look at, sir. I was hoping to see some kind of like giant green monster or something. You know, like the Swamp Thing. But no. Yeah, the last Swamp Thing arc I read was when he had a child with... Oh, I'm gonna get her name wrong. Her last name's Arcane. But off the top of my head, I cannot think of what her first name is. But they just had a kid. And they've not heard from them since. I don't think they've been relevant to any DC arc. I'm actually really excited right now. The next DC arcs that I have to read on my list, I finally made it to the Death of Superman and Nightfall arcs. Batman Nightfall. And I am very excited to read through those. I read a couple of them after dropping Logan off at work, but I didn't really want to jump into the arc at the moment. But I'm very excited to get into that part, because that's some like very, very iconic DC storylines right there, from my understanding.
What a delicacy you found.
It's a fish. Swamp swimmer.
Here are those scraps I offered. Have a safe night, little one.
Thanks. How much scrap? 30. Not bad, not bad. I'll take that. Because Charles is probably due to try and kill me soon. We'll go ahead and head back towards the train. I don't know what's more terrifying. The fact that I've almost maxed out my train. Which means that because it's so early on, if my train's already maxed out, that means that's not going to help against Charles all too much. Maybe that's why they added a nightmare mode. Maybe this mode is just too easy. I'm gonna say that now. I'm jinxing myself, I promise you. I'm gonna be like, too easy? The heck do you mean too easy? Alright, next guy is just up the bend. So I hear Charles. I think I just heard something hit the tracks. No? Alright, stop. They're where I wanted to be. Hello? Anyone home? No? Okie dokie. What you doing there, bud?
I need my pickles!
The pickle lady.
I
Okay.
ate the last jar of pickles I had in my house, and there's only one jar of pickles left on the island. I would have gotten them hours ago, but I lost my pickle key. Someone else on the island might have some lock pickles. I mean, lockpicks. And if you can bring me my special jar of pickles, I'll give you all the scrap metal I have as a reward.
Okay, sure. Sure. I happen to already have those lockpicks. Potentially. And if that's the case, then I will get you your pickles. That felt very Twin Peaks. Like the log lady or deadly premonition. Like, I gotta get my chili across town. I would play Deadly Premonition for the channel. The issue is I'm gonna have to stream it through the Switch because that's the only good version of the game. Unfortunately, the Steam version of the game is awful. Oh, I am being messaged, and it feels like something I should pick up. Okay, hold on. I'll read this message real quick. I love the pickles. Pickles are the love. Pickles are the life. I love the pickles. They make me feel the happiness. Pickles, pickles, pickles. Written by the pickles. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'm going to need to stop real quick. Which this is a perfect time for a break. I've already been playing for a couple hours. It does sound like Charles is probably about to get real pissy with me. So that's unfortunate. But I will go ahead and stop here, and we will return. I'll put the starting text back up. We'll edit it here real quick. Will return soon. There we go. Bonk. Alright. I will be back. Okay, okay, okay. I may in fact be back. Alright. That gave me a chance to take a break real quick. I got a phone call, so that was my apologies there. Um, but took the opportunity. It was about time for a break anyway. We were 2 hours in. So, let's get back into it. Hopefully. Oh yeah, Charles was getting real pissy. You know, this actually makes me curious. If I'm in a building when Charles strikes, what happens? I don't think he can get me inside this building. Or is he going to wait? Yeah, there he is. There he is. Can I see him on my map? There's the pickle mission. I've been curious for a minute now. If I could see him on the map moving around. Because it definitely felt like you should be able to. The way that this map is designed. I'm glad to be back. Hopefully all is going well your end. I didn't think he'd get a marker on the map. I was kind of hoping, because it would be, I think, even more terrifying in this sense, is if you open the map, and if you zoomed in close enough, you could literally see him crawling. Something that you wouldn't be able to really notice while zoomed out. But, like, if you zoomed in, you'd be like, there he goes. That kind of thing. But, of course, well, he's right in front of me now. He would have been, like, right here. So I'm going to say no. It does not show up on the map. Which, you know, hey-o. I was kind of hoping, since I saw the birds and everything, while I was looking at the map, that was a thing. Because I think that would have been really, really genuinely scary. Oh. There he is. Yeah, he doesn't show up on the map. That would have been very noticeable. Yeah. So, that is what it is. Granted, that being said, now I have no clue how I'm going to make it back to the train without getting caught by Charles. Well, actually, now he's just running off. See ya, Charles. Where'd Choo run off to? Clearly, he doesn't care about the NPCs. But where did she run off to? Whatever, Charles. Get out of town, you freak. Go on, get. Punk. I'm gonna have to make a break for my goddamn car. He's staking it out, though. Hey, that's rude! Even though I'm not on it, he did do damage when he was walking past it. Jerk. Yeah, I'm gonna have to beeline for my car. Because I guarantee as soon as I get out here, he's gonna start in again. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Now we know he was off that way. Alright, where do I want to go next? I needed to go all the way over there, so that means I came this way for no reason. Okay, we'll repair you. And once again, increase the armor level. That seems the most important right now. And we'll run back up this way. Charles might be upset. He seems to have buggered off for the moment. But what we'll do here is head out that way. And hope that although he's upset, that he's not upset enough to still be in the general area while I'm going up this way. Or we're about to get screwed. Something fierce. It might have been a better thing for me to try and beeline it while he was still around. Simply so that I could, chase him off with the gun and put him into cooldown, which is what I assume happens. I don't know what that sign means. Looks like frequent meteors fall here. They're just like, hey, Sephiroth's whole apocalypse material. Yeah, that happens on the daily over here. Purple. Should we upgrade to the purple train? I didn't really like the green, but maybe we should showcase some of the other colors. Pickles, pickles, pickles! What is this game? Ah! I was a little off that time. Oh, come on, that was rude. Every time you screw up, it goes back one level. I mean, at least it's not like Dead by Daylight. We found the pickles in Dead by Daylight. Like, if it had Dead by Daylight mechanics, screwing that up would, like, instantaneously get Charles on my tail. Sephiroth's secret base for planning out Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. Mayhaps. Mayhaps. Logan and I have had an ongoing debate on what they're going to title the third game. So we have Remake, Rebirth. Now, the obvious title for the third one would be Reunion. However, excuse me, had to sneeze. The Crisis Core remake that follows Zack and everything, that remake was called Reunion as the subtitle. So he thinks that they won't use it again since they just used it for Crisis Core. Which makes you wonder what the subtitle of the newest one's going to be. I still need to get around to finishing them. Unfortunately, the last couple of times that I've tried to finish Remake, I've gotten to the Don Corneo bit and stopped. I really need to sit down and play through it. And Rebirth. Logan's played all of Remake and a good chunk of Rebirth. But anything else hiding around here? I don't think I did the once around on this. Did that lady keep coming down here and hiding underneath the porch, perhaps? I don't know where she was running off to every single time Charles came by.
My pickles!
The pickle mission.
I thank you so very much for bringing me my pickles! You are my pickle hero! Here are some scraps as a reward for your valiant pickle questing.
You know what? You're cool, pickle lady. I have to get my chili across town! Hurry up, Agent Cooper! I actually can't remember what his name is in that game. Is it Dale? We'll swap over to purple. What's that look like? Oh, that's vibrant. I like the purple. It's the same color that my computer clothes. I have an RGB computer with like a clear shell. And that's the color. That's like Warhammer Orc yellow. I can appreciate that. And we have orange. I mean, it's orange. Dad would like that one. And gray. Just a metallic gray. That one's the most generic. That one's kind of boring. We'll go with the purple for now. I can appreciate the purple. Had a couple ideas in mind a few days ago, but I can't remember what they were anymore. That's fair. And there's Mr. Santiago. So we want to go back there. We'll go ahead and move forward. How much scrap did she give us? 56? Not bad. Max out armor. Yeah, that is fully upgraded. Okay. And we'll upgrade speed a little bit more. Slow down for that turn. There we are. And we'll run down this way. I have your journal, sir. I am returning it. Oh no. Charles, I'm nowhere near my train. You stay where you are. I am really screwing... Oh, there he is. There he is. I saw him. Oh, I saw him. Is that a map? Yeah, that's the general shape. There appear to be 2 other smaller islands connected to it, right off the shore. That's interesting. Alright, Charles. I'm gonna try and talk to Santiago. You just stay put off over there doing your thing.
Thank you so much for bringing my journal.
Journal returnal.
I would hope, for your own good, that you didn't peek inside. But, here are those scraps I promised.
I appreciate. Good luck with the boat thing. It's gonna be a pain to get up this hill again, isn't it? I saw him, he was off over that way. So maybe he'll stay over that way. At least long enough for me to get a hold of the train. Speaking of Warhammer, there's a video I've been reminded of about a massive room-spanning tabletop battle a few people put together. Some of the battles some of these people put together are absolutely ginormous. Oh, oh, here he is! Here he is! Goodbye, sir. Goodbye. Yeah, we might need to start heading up towards the top of the map, simply so I can start getting some more weapon upgrades. The flamethrower had what appeared to be pretty good, like, chase off. Cool. Well, maybe I should swap out now. It chases them off quicker, but it doesn't have, like, the range, from my understanding. Yeah, okay. Chased him off. It did quite a bit of damage to him that go-around, though. Alright. Repaired. We'll go ahead and increase weapon damage. So there's that. We'll put you back on. Where am I? So that's not where I wanted to go. I would have liked to have gone up this way instead. We're going to turn this way. I don't know how I'm supposed to... Oh, that way. Okay. Yeah, if you can remember the video, I would not mind watching it. It's been a minute since I've seen a Warhammer match. I'm excited to see what they do with the Total War expansion that they're doing for Warhammer. Yeah, we'll go ahead and have it go all the way around again. And then when we get up to this turnpike... Ooh, that's a good point. If I do that, then I'm going to have to do another loop around. Or I could come up here and get a new weapon. Plus, that's the new mine. Already sent it to me. Okay, fair enough. Thank you. I assume that was on Discord. Chaos versus Orcs, 3 players for each side. Oh, that's interesting. A whole tag team thing. Yeah, we'll stop here real quick, I suppose. It is what it is. This isn't a speed run after all. I like how... I mean, now that I'm looking at it, this train is giving off orcish vibe. I like the horns that it has up front. So we'll go with yellow for a while. 'Cause we's the orcs. Absolutely wild they decided not to give you any kind of weapon while you're off the train. Even one that would, like, chase off potential enemies inside these mines. That's what's worrying me at the moment. It's kind of why I've avoided the mines. I'm going to assume it's not going to give me any kind of weapon like that. I'm going to assume it's all based right here on the train. Any kind of upgrade, any kind of anything, I'm going to get it from this train or for this train. Which is interesting in its own right. How many scraps do I have? Is that enough? I can't increase speed yet. Alright, and this is gonna go left again. I guess I was too busy fighting Charles to notice. Oh no, it's gonna go right. My apologies. Oh, that one went left and then it came back around. Okay, cool. Alright, left it is. And you know what? I don't have to go all the way around because the train goes in reverse and I'm just an idiot. I completely forgot about that. I won't have to do a whole nother round. Alright, let's see what this guy's deal is. There we are. Perfect stop. Very, very nice. I gotta appreciate that. Right in the little, like, These are all yellow. Is that because... No, that was just convenient timing. Okay. I had just turned the car yellow. I was like, do I get to, like, upgrade the size of my train? Why would I want a train even longer than the one that I have? I feel like that would make it even easier to kill me. More than anything. Hello. Oh. That is a choice of carpet, friend. At least I'm hoping that's carpet. That looks a little wet to be carpet. Before the cave-ins, I pushed a spare rail car into the canyon using my beautiful old mining train. I figured a rail car would be a fine place to hide my more important belongings, especially on a rural and unfinished track. I went to get something out of my rail car in the canyon about a week ago, but some of Warren's men have built a campsite or base of some sort there. I don't know how to get my box safely. I don't know how long I'll last without it. Let me guess. You're going to make me go get it.
Welcome to Aranirum.
Aranirum.
Museum person.
Archivist museum person. I would like if that's my actual name.
My apologies. I'm not the best with introductions, but I don't believe either of us are here for socializing.
No, not at all.
I just so happen to have a little business opportunity, if you're interested. A very special little box of mine is in a rail car in the nearby canyon, but the goons have set up a camp to protect that area, so be careful. Find the blue box and bring it back to me. I'll give you some scraps as payment.
Fair enough. Where is this? Just off to right here. Well, that's not one of the main mines, so that's kind of interesting. It does look like it's in like a little valley, though. And he did say that it would be protected. Canyon Caper. And since we can't fight them, that means our best strategy is probably just to book it in there and book it out. White paint. We can do a white car. Oh. We can check that out and see how it looks real quick before heading over that way. Pure white build. Okay. That's nice. Granted, if we're going to be fighting Charles, I do not see that staying white for long, realistically. Alright. I need to go that way. You'll stay white while I'm running off this way, I suppose. What are you? Hold on. Actually. There's a little hut over here. Some scrap. It's locked. Apparently I can't use my lockpicks on it. So that implies that there must be a key somewhere for it. Where? The world may never know. Alright, up the hill. Hopefully Charles is off doing Charles things. Alright, so he said that the place was being protected because they had made a camp over here. Now, from the sounds of it, yeah, because you can't crouch, you can't really. Well, it looks like there's maybe just one guy. You know, why isn't Charles attacking these guys? That's a good question. I want to know the answer to that one. Maybe because they're cultists. Is that why they're wearing the masks? Maybe the masks are to trick Charles into thinking that they are Charles's children. The masks themselves do vaguely look like Charles's face. So we're looking for a blue box. He said it was in a minecart. I'm going to assume it's that big yellow one right there in the middle. I do not know how we're going to get around this guy, though. He seems to be pretty set in his route, and he's not sitting still long enough to sneak around, from what I can tell. Yeah, he saw me all the way over here. That is silly. Goodbye. Blue box, blue box. Found it. Goodbye. You hiding anything else? Ooh, scrap. Cool. Scrap. Cool. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to go about doing these, but it's how I'm going about doing this. Cool.
Better hope you're fast!
Oh, I'm pretty quick. You know, you have a whole ass rifle gun. It's hey, okay, yeah, I reminded him he had a gun. That's on me. Still coming too. I don't know. Do we want to go across here? There's some more scrap. Some more scrap. He's still chasing me. Okay, that jump should not have done damage, but, you know, whatever, I guess. Make one more run through here. I don't see anything else. Alright, back to the train then. Bye, friend. That wasn't as bad as I was thinking. Fair enough, fair enough. I don't see Charles anywhere. That's always good. Wouldn't want him around here causing mischief. Is there anything else around here while I have a moment? Can't get into that car. How about this one over here? Did I expect this one? Ugh. I'm gonna guess someone was living in that car until recently. Very rainy area, this. Fair enough. We will head back up and talk with Theodore. I believe his name was. Here's your box.
That's the exact box I needed. Now take these scraps and skedaddle.
Take these scraps and skedaddle. Okay, that's dealt with. We'll back up and then try and head up to this this weapon mission up here. That sounds like a plan to me. Alright, so we need to back up, not go forward. Back up till the previous turnpike. Yeah, I don't like the white. We'll go back to the purple. How much scrap do you give us? 70 scrap, okay. Speed maxed. Go, go, go. Alright, should be approaching that. Go. Back forward. Now stop. I don't see Charles anywhere. Okay. To the right. And onward. And when we get to the next one, that one will be a right as well. Which it's currently pointing left, if I remember correctly, because we used that last time. Still don't see Charles. Granted, we know he's somewhere around here because he came up to visit when I ran down to give that guy his journal. So we know he's somewhere near here. We just don't know where exactly. Hell, he could be anywhere on the island at this point. It's been a minute. So road Nothing really going on this way. Oh, no, he is near here. You can hear him. There he is. Sir. Get out of here. Come on. Skedaddle. Shoot. Come on. We're definitely taking more and more chunks out of his health. Oh. Get out of here. Oh. There we go. Stop. Stop the train. Where are we at? No, we want to back up. I had stuff I wanted to do back there. Thanks, Charles. Jerk. Scrap. How much scrap until we can level up again? 20 scrap. Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay, that is interesting to look at. We might go in there. Well, I mean, we're right here. But the quest might take me in there. Okay. We'll back up and talk to these guys real quick before trying to do anything there. But we'll keep that spot in mind because it looked interesting. There we are. Howdy, howdy.
Paul asked me to design a new weapon to help you hunt Charles. And using my extensive demolitions experience, I made this rocket launcher.
A rocket launcher, you say?
I've been wanting to see Warren's empire crumble for a long time. So building this puppy was a hell of an opportunity. Now that you're here, I need a few minutes to remove some safety features. While I'm working on that, why don't you bring that box of rocket ammunition back here from inside the bunker down the rail?
Perfect. That's exactly where I wanted to go. See, look. I knew what I was doing. I'm gonna explore the rest of your house though, real quick. I'm stuck debating if Warren made us bring our families to this hellhole so that we never need to leave, or to keep information about his business practices away from the mainland. Either way, I want the man in a noose. Paul asked me to design a new weapon for the monster hunter that Eugene is sending. And knowing what I do about explosives, you can bet I made the most powerful rocket launcher I could. Warren, you don't stand a chance. Yeah, it sounds to me like Warren is definitely backing the killer spider train. We have no context as to why. It seems like it would only be destroying his business if his miners can't actually mine without dying. Hello, Tombstone. Here lies Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday. Mauled to death by giant spider train. Thank you for all the scrap. Don't mind if I do. Check out this building again. Nope. Locked. that a lighthouse? It's actually kind of interesting. Is that on? Oh, there's a person over there. Okay. You know what? We can head over there now. Oh, hello.
I'm sure Eugene told you all about me, so I need not introduce myself. Name's Greg, by the way.
Hi, Greg.
In case you haven't heard already, Warren, the mine boss, is keeping 3 monster eggs locked away.
I have heard. I've got one of them already.
We're unsure why he wants to protect the eggs. If they hatch, they would surely turn into monstrous creatures like Charles.
Yep, that's exactly what I was saying.
To prevent this, we need you to steal all 3 and use them to bait Charles so we can destroy him. One of the eggs is in the north mine. Here's the key to the entrance.
Thank you. That is quite the distance away. But I appreciate it. I figured the mine would be like right here. Why would you have the key to that mine when you're all the way over here? Another interesting thing is there's 3 eggs and 1 temple. And I have 2 more required missions to do. So one of those has to be unrelated to gathering eggs. So that's kind of interesting. I don't half wonder if Charles Warren is the spider train. I have no basis for this, but it is a sudden thought. Could be. That could be accurate. It would explain why he wants to protect the eggs. Need to write this theory down fast before Warren finds out that I'm onto his dirty plot. My theory is that Mr. Warren Warlord III is trying to hatch and raise more of these 8-legged critters. A whole army for who knows what purpose. They found a whole nest of those eggs while clearing out debris from the cave-in. We only know that they're as hard as diamonds, completely indestructible. The miners spent months using the temple prism to suck the energy out of all the eggs. Before they could destroy the last 3, Old Man Warren stopped them. Warren must have realized how powerful these things are, and rather than protect us from them, wants to use them to take over the world. I'm on to you, Warren. Greg, genius extraordinaire. Something tells me that is not the actual plot of this game. Alright, to the lighthouse. Because the lighthouse looked interesting. And I don't see Mr. Charles anywhere. So, we're going to make a break for it while we can. Hello, Scrap. Thank you. Yeah, actually, now that I'm playing this game's extremely fun. And, I would love to do an archipelago of this. That would be really amusing. Oh. Well, I don't know what that noise is, but cool. I see a lady. Well, hello. You look
We
a little
haven't met,
worse for wear.
but I've heard lots about you coming to help us. I have a favor to ask. The breakers on the side of the lighthouse need replacing. I was recently attacked by Charles, so I'm unable to do it myself. The breakers are in the nearby supply shed. If you go get them and repair the lighthouse, I can try signaling passing ships to come help us. Once you finish, I have some spare scraps to give you.
Sure thing, Claire. That sounds like a worthy goal. Ocean Watch, day 68. Please deliver a copy to Paul. I went outside to do a routine check of the lighthouse. As I walked around the corner of the building, I saw that beast, Charles. He spotted me and charged straight up the hill in my direction. That spider train is a hideous monster. I can't understand why Warren wants us to stay on our anarium instead of trying to escape the beast. I suppose Warren has simply gone crazy, thinking he can handle the situation on his own. In any case, Charles ran right over me, trampling my leg. I won't be able to attend the upcoming meeting, and I have asked Greg to bring back a copy of your notes if possible, Claire. Poor thing. Yep, we can fix the breaker. I don't see Charles anywhere. So she said it was in the supply shed down the rail somewhere. Hello. That's not him. Okay. See, she can signal ships. Maybe that guy down the rail might actually make it out of this alive. Which, you know what? Good for him. He got his journal and skedaddled just like he wanted. Oh, okay. Yeah. Those are the breakers I needed. Didn't even look at my map. Yeah, found them. Thank you, friend. So now we take these and we return back up to the lighthouse. Boop, 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 boop. Oh. We have to do them in a specific order. Oh, that is 100% going to attract Charles around here. That'll be fun. That was allowed. You didn't tell me it would do that.
Fixing the lighthouse will definitely increase our chances of being spotted.
Light in the dark achievement
Here are those
unlocked.
scraps I promised.
Thank you. How many did you give me? 53. We might be able to fully max out the train. Don't hear Charles. Can I open this door? Not yet. Okay. There's a lot of locked doors around this island. Alright, we're gonna have to make a break for it. Hopefully he wasn't too attracted to this giant ringing of that lighthouse horn. Alright, and once we get up to the train, our next goal is to go get the rockets for the rocket launcher this guy built. Go ahead and repair. Ooh, we're only 2 scrap off. Dang it. Wait, hold on. Thank you. Is there one more piece of scrap? I can fully upgrade the train if I found one more piece. Rude. Okay, fair. We will run back that way, which is actually by moving forward in this case. Yeah, Charles didn't seem to really care all too much about the giant foghorn that played. I figured he would. There we are. Alright. bunker. If I had to guess... That was one of the explosives. Cool. If I had to guess, since it is a bunker, it probably is being occupied by the cult. Ow. That hurt. Okay, well. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna have to be real careful because I've taken a lot of damage here. Granted, you seem to heal quick enough in this game. Version 1 failed. 2 failed. 13-second flight on number 3. 4 success. Thank you for the scrap. Those are very reflective. And those must be the rockets. Okay. Return to John Smith. Will do. Scrap. We can officially max out the train, I think. Back up. Boop. Fully upgraded train. Well, other than the weapons. All the basic other stats are maxed out. The only thing that's not is weapons.
The launcher is in complete working order, so
Bunker
I'll let you
break-in.
take it from here. Oh, and take good care of it. After you're done, I have a few people to visit with it if you catch my drift.
Woo. Jesus. Man's casually speaking of murder. Alright. Does not appear to be anything else over on that side of the map. Yeah, we only have one unmet NPC down there for a side quest. Other than that, the rest of it all seems to be up this way with one more weapon potential. So, what we'll do is, so if I go straight and then I follow, the only way I can get the train up this way is by going all the way around. So we'll follow up here, maybe talk to the NPCs up this way, and then make our way down here, stop by this to pick up that quest, and then see where else we need to go. Might as well do the northern mine while we're up here, though. So, let's get it moving. There's our rocket launcher. The Boomer. Lots of damage, medium range, not very slowing. So it does a lot of damage, but it doesn't slow him down. So he'll still be, like, right on us. So that's important to know. I'll equip it just in case. We can at least see how it fires. Oh, and the reload speed's pretty low. That's important to note. And when we get up here, we'll need to swap the tracks to go right instead. Charles. Poking around here somewhere. Stopped it a little too soon. Now you stop. Yeah, going left doesn't really do me any good. I mean, it would get me close to here earlier, but it doesn't really help with much. That Charles? Yes, it is. Yeah, this, I feel like, would be better for the final battle with him, rather than whatever we're doing right now. Yeah, get back. This at least gives me something to do while we're, on our long track up north. That's not what I wanted. You... Fire! Get out of here, you freak. Alright, where are we at? Oh, we're just about up here. Yeah, we'll pull it around over to here, and then we can talk to this guy and then go into the mine. Heal our car. Oh. Some scrap back there. We should pick some up simply because we're out of it, and we'll need it to still heal the train car itself. What we got going on here? Is this leading? Yeah, that leads over into the mine, actually. So that's something to keep in mind. This area is probably being guarded. But we'll do a preliminary quick search for scrap. And maybe a note. Gotcha. We'll be over there later. Because we want to go there. Granted, Charles is going to start being on our tail because we're about to go pick up the second one of his eggs. There we are. Cool. The Arenarium Municipal Building. Yeah, why didn't this guy have the key to the mine he's literally right outside of? That looked like a note. That was just some lighting. Kind of strange if you ask me. There is a storehouse over here that I did not see a way of getting into from over here. Very weird. Granted, it doesn't look like there's anything in there, but still. Strange. There was scrap right there. And I can get in there from the inside. There's also a note right there. That'll be worth reading. Get some more of that deep Choo Charles lore. Mutiny meeting notes. I have discussed our latest battle plan with everyone, and nobody had objections. The whole crew knows what to do, and will set the track's directions accordingly when the time comes. All the archivists needs to focus on is pummeling that beast, keeping his distance and getting Charles to his weakest point. My father should be back within 2 days, at which point we can supply him and the hunter with the keys and other supplies we've gathered. We never wanted to take such harsh action against Warren and other miners, but he's twisted our arms too long. Charles needs to go, and Warren won't stand in our way. Fair enough. So, the entire island, other than a few of Warren's, like, I don't know, most loyal miners, have mutinied. And we kind of see what happened from all that. Most of the people are dead. I figured there was supposed to be a person here. Thank you for the scrap. Hello. Stakeout summary day 3, location 4. I've been staking out this area for days, and Charles has never crossed the old wood bridge. Somehow, the beast is cunning enough to know it's dangerous. But he's angry and desperate, he might just chance someone across it. And then bam, we use John's bombs and blow the whole thing up, and Charles falls face first into the canyon. Blast doesn't kill him, the fall surely will. That is probably important to know. Is there a bridge nearby? Going over a canyon by chance? Oh, is it this one? Okay, well I just crossed over it anyway. This might be laced with bombs. You know, FYI. So there's a guy.
You're the archivist my father told me about.
Archivist.
Although, I'm disappointed to see that he chose to stay on the mainland rather than return with you. Not to say that your help isn't appreciated, but we could have used his aid as well. If you haven't already heard from the others, the mine boss Warren is protecting dangerous monster eggs that could lead to catastrophe. While our main plan is to summon Charles into a duel and fight him to the death, we've devised a perfect trap as a precaution that may help defeat him. Go attach these remote explosives to each of the support pillars under the wood bridge out there. Then meet me back here.
Oh. The bombs haven't been placed yet. We are going to go place the bombs. Gotcha. This being the one quest that did not go into a mine to deal with the eggs. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. The bridge is close enough. I could just back up and do that now before running over to deal with that. That wouldn't be a bad plan. Where's my train? Here. Although if it's the support pillars, it might be underneath the bridge, not necessarily on top of it, but there you go. We'll figure it out when we get over there. Eight bombs to place. Fair enough. Let's take a gander, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Consider it done, sir. That wasn't too difficult. We run in, tell him that we placed him, and then we run past his house to get into the next mine.
That's the tallest and weakest bridge on the island, so if Charles ever crosses it, we can blow him sky high. I'll be on standby to detonate the charges, but it's still up to you to summon and fight him. Here, take this. It's the key to the temple. Once you think you're prepared enough, you can break in and fight the battle of a lifetime.
Oh, okay, so we needed to do that to get the key to the temple. So I was right. We did not need to go to the temple earlier, and trying to get past that guy to do so would have been pointless. And there's the temple, so I was right. That is the temple. Gotcha. Alright, well, we can head on over here so that we can get the next egg at least.
Shouldn't be here.
Oh, and we've already been spotted, so, you know, only fun. In we go! Run, 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 run! We've already been spotted, so what is there to lose?
Hey, get out of here!
No! You can't make me.
You wish
That's
you never
just...
came here.
Ah! Come on, where's the egg? Ah! Ah! Bruh! Alright, I got the egg.
You're in the wrong place, my friend!
Derailed. Respawn a train. Did that count as picking up the egg, though? I don't think it did. No, it did not. Okay. Ha. Well, that was rude, dude. We'll go ahead and back up. It's closer to get there from here than from here. There we are. Alright, so because I was running around wildly, I did not actually notice where we needed to go to find the egg. I know we went this way last time. I don't know if that means maybe I should take a look this way. This looks like the escape path. I need to pull that lever, probably. Here's whistling.
No visitors allowed!
Alright, he found me.
I'm gonna shoot you!
Ow. Ow! Alright, we might have survived it this time.
Beat it, chump!
I'm trying. Ta-ta! There was a letter in there. I didn't get a chance to read it, though.
Get him, boy!
Oh, I did it! I escaped with the egg.
No trespassing!
I'm trespassing and you'll get used to it. I'm leaving anyway. Alright, we've got 2 of the 3 eggs now. Charles is probably going to start getting pissy. Alright, we'll go here next. Get the final weapon and fully upgrade our train. Go ahead, swap back to the derailleur. Off we trot. Hello.
So, the fabled hunter has finally arrived.
Nice to meet you too, Gertrude.
You know, my late husband built a gun to help fight Charles, but Warren's goons stole the barrels and took 'em up to their camp. Bob was such a brave man, much braver than you, I bet. If you take what I have left of the gun and steal back those other parts, you can put it back together to use against Charles. Just do me one favor, will you? If you do end up using it, name it Bob, in memory of my honey.
I could do that. She's also got that weird arm thing going on. There was an NPC earlier who had like a weird spliced together look on his model, and she somewhat matches it. His was a lot more noticeable. Hers only happened to be that one spot, from what it looks like. Alright. We'll get back on train real quick. Where does it want me to go? Ooh, that is a distance. Okay, we'll stop here and talk to this guy first. That's a church. Actually, that looks interesting. Hello? And it is open. To Mr. Reverend, today's sermon was a true inspiration during these trying times. Very well thought out and thorough in every manner. I believe I speak for the whole congregation when I say that we admire your confidence and steadfast wisdom as we grieve our lost brothers and sisters. We can now paint the train black. Yeah, I suppose it wouldn't be considered fully upgraded until we find all the paint cans as well. Sermon outline. God is very, very mad, I think. Probably? Charles, maybe the devil? 96% certain. Always sneaky. Spiders versus snakes. Spiders have more legs, usually. God always wins. Hopefully. Sacrifices. Ask for volunteers. Don't cry a lot, only a little. Closing prayer and cleanup. That was a pretty good itinerary. In such trying times. Howdy, howdy. At last night's meeting, Greg told us a crazy conspiracy about Warren trying to use spider trains for world domination. Yeah, we met Greg. As part of the crew that worked in the temple, I'm far from convinced. While the prism was extracting the life energy from a batch of eggs, Charles attacked us for the first time. Not only did he fight like hell while the eggs were being destroyed, but he nearly doubled in size as he fought, as if he were consuming the energy. His legs grew larger and stronger, while his face grew more distorted, right before our eyes. Those of us who survived couldn't even fathom what we had witnessed. That was when Warren hid the eggs and ordered us to protect them. That was when he began evacuating people. That was when everything turned for the worse. I know Warren had plenty of skeletons in his closet, but I can't help thinking he might actually be looking out for us this time. Gale. Thought I heard Charles out and about. Your house doesn't open. That concerns me.
The Archivist, in all your radiant glory. Paul entrusted me with a key to one of the mines containing an egg. But before I give it to you, I have to warn you about something. There's an ancient shrine on the island, a pyramid of sorts, with a curious prism located at the top. The prism seems to have been designed for one purpose, to destroy monster eggs. 3 slots are carved into the prism, which perfectly fit the eggs. When fully loaded, a massive beam of energy is emitted, seemingly drawn from the eggs themselves. The mutineers hope this event will lure Charles to a mortal fight as he comes in defense of the eggs. Now for the real warning. Charles has the ability to absorb energy from the burst, strengthening and enraging him. We saw it once before, and he may become even more dangerous this time. However, it's not my place to oppose, despite the danger. So, here's the mine key. Once you have retrieved all the eggs, and the key to the shrine, we might just be able to end this hell.
Fair enough, thank you for the key. Where is the mine? off in the middle of nowhere. That actually is perfect because I can swing up over this way and then run out over to that way. Since I already have to swing through. Granted, this spot is a war mob. Yeah, it's a base. So maybe I swing down this way, swing down here to like right here-ish, and then I can run out and meet that NPC as well. Ooh, in fact, it might be closer if I did it from here. And there's a house too. So what I can do, I'll swing down here, stop, back up, then go this way. Which I should mark that on my map so I remember. Thank you, thank you. Onward to the train. There's that sound of like a dying animal again. Alright, is this going to take me left or right? Right, that's exactly where I wanted to go. Cool. And there was like a shed off to the side. Stop. Well, actually, that works. Anyone home? Nope, you're locked. Okay. You still have scrap, though. Alright, and we can go a little bit down the road to pick you up. Yeah, I could see why they added a nightmare mode. At least the part getting up to the actual Charles battle is pretty relatively easy. The Charles battle itself might be a little bit more difficult, but getting to it has been more or less simple. I imagine. Oh, there's Charles. He kind of just phased through it. I imagine in Nightmare Lord, he is a lot more aggressive. Than what he is in this classic mode. Although every single time he attacks us, he does stay a little bit longer each time. I did not want to be all the way down here. You've moved me to the very bottom of the map, sir. Extremely rude of you. Extremely rude of you. Just about where I want to be. We'll go, yeah, actually. That stops me right in front of whatever this is. A bridge. A path leading up to where I want to go, most likely. Alright, this section is a NPC we haven't met yet. That's right. Howdy, howdy.
Hey, aren't you the new guy who's come here to work for us? You must be. There's something at the top of these towers that I need. And don't worry, I won't make you work for free. I'm a nice enough guy to pay you.
And scrap, I assume.
You see, Mr. Warren never told anyone from the mainland about his mining operation here. He never even reported the cave-in. He hasn't paid us since then. Our living quarters are atrocious, and I'm far overqualified for the pay I'm supposed to receive. To top it all off, none of us miners ever received copies of our paperwork. But that doesn't affect my subordinates as much as someone with my status. I'm gonna sue the pants off of Warren once I escape this island, and I need those files to prove that he breached our contract. He keeps all his files at the top of these towers. I could explain how I ascertained this, but I doubt it would make sense to you. Problem is, he erected these towers years before we ever started mining, and now they're falling apart. I could scale them myself, but since you're here, go sniff around for those files. As a reward, you can have one of my useless pieces of scrap. I bet you'd love to have it.
Okay, whatever. This seems extremely sus. But we'll do it just to get it off the map, honestly. We're approaching the end game a lot quicker than I imagined we would. This is a relatively short game, at least in classic mode, anyway. If I do an archipelago of it, I might up the difficulty. Because that would probably be a more interesting experience. Not that I'm not having fun. It's still fun. And this is a great way to get accustomed to the game. Okay. That's locked. The other one was locked, I think. Unless maybe there's a basement. Is there a basement where I can maybe get into that building an alternate way? Go up here. That's locked. Can I jump across this, actually? Probably. I was just dumb. I don't think I actually jumped right then. Although, from the sounds of it, he's going to only give us one piece of scrap for our hard work here, which is kind of irritating. There we go. There we go. Ah, damn it. Hey, Sean, you know what's actually interesting? Have you ever... I don't know if I've asked you this. I might have. Have you ever heard of the game Paradise Killer? It's a detective game with, like, a vaporwave aesthetic. You might not be watching anymore. I'll give you a chance, though. Gotta scale up the building again. Right. I think I saw a playthrough of it, actually. Okay, cool, cool. Recently... Can I unlock you from here? Damn it, no. Recently, there was a manual made for it. A lime green paint for the train. That's okay, sure. You already had one green, why do it again? A manual archipelago was made for it recently, and I'm currently playing it, but personally I don't know if it was built properly. Or if maybe just the changes I made to my YAML made it operate differently than I was expecting it to. But that being said, when I went to go download the manual to give it a go, I was looking at the Discord, and they apparently might be automating. And I think that would be an extremely fun archipelago to do. Because that game is basically just one huge collectathon. I'm still waiting on Banjo-Kazooie, unfortunately. The recomp finished, but they have not finished. Is this what I need to be doing? No, probably not. They have not finished making the archipelago since... I can't make that jump, can I? Yeah, if you remember the game, what counts as checks is the like relics and mementos and stuff that you can find around the island, as well as relationship levels with the suspects. I'm gonna try it. Oh, that did work. I did not think I could jump that far. Oh, okay, this one can open. Oh, no, 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 no. Setting the foundation for this operation has been considerably more complicated than I expected. Not only by cost, but the logistics of construction and delivery of supplies to the primary mine sites. We'll need to strike gold fast if we want any chance of avoiding bankruptcy. I suppose that is a file by Mr. Ward itself. I don't know what would be in the automated version of that. I'd assume relics would still be. I don't know if you could track the relationships, though. We have received the files. Ooh, this one's blue. Blue egg. Employment contracts and papers for the miners on the island. Yep. That's exactly what he said it was. Okay. I'll head down and give it back to him then. Charles is nearby. It might be better for us if we stay up here. Ooh, and the music's getting rough. Do we see him anywhere? I don't see him. It is a little foggy. We'll continue on our way back down. Yeah, I don't know what all they'll be able to track automatically. If they do get the whole thing automated and working. But I am looking forward to it.
You look like a monkey climbing those towers.
Thanks, bud.
I sure am glad I found these files. Here's that scrap you were begging for. Don't spend it all in one place.
Please tell me it was exactly one scrap. I don't know how much I had beforehand. Alright. That is dealt with. So all we should have left is you and you. And then going to the temple to finish it. Alright. Get back in the train then. And back up. Shall we swap over, I guess, the lime green? Take a look at the lime green. Look like Nickelodeon slime splashed all over my train. think I still need that just a little bit more. There we go. We don't have too much longer here. Now, instead of going left or right into the middle of the town, you know what? Actually, would I be able to smack him with the gun if I go in through town with this? Can I? Can I chase him off?
Got company!
I can't. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh yeah, that was way better than trying to like painstakingly go through that entire camp. Perish all ye who dare. Alright. Clamp may be partially cleared. Did they damage my train? They did. That's locked. Alright, so we're looking for barrels to a gun, I believe. This was the last weapon upgrade. Distorted masks. Yeah, they're all wearing masks that match Charles's face. Who knows why this cult started? We've not found a note, as far as I'm aware, that has discussed it at any length. Maybe we'll find it while we're exploring this this camp. Turns out a gun is a very effective weapon, especially against living things. Whoa! You might be onto something there. We've been digging for over a month, and I'm beginning to wonder what we're really doing here. There are ancient stone ruins above ground, as well as ruins being discovered underground. Some sort of temple in a large cavern was uncovered at one of the other mines. Are we really... Excuse me, are we really digging for gold veins? You better hope that's what you were digging for. Because if Warren had you digging for these temples, and purposefully undug this monstrosity, you guys are in for a lot of trouble. I mean, you already were, but even more so. Thank you for the key. A mountain ruin key. Mob camp key. May unlock a nearby building, is what it says. The Broken Bob. Oh, what's the last one? Temple key. Okay, gotcha. So one's for the mine, one's for the temple, and one is for a nearby building in here. I'm going to assume that one. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. High damage, decent range, decent slowing, decent fire rate. It's not as good of a fire rate as... Well, it's got the same fire rate as the derailleur, surprisingly. Very strange. Oh no, it's slightly slower than the derailleur. That makes sense. This might be the best middle ground, the Bob. Alright, and from here, we back up, take a right, and go down this way. We're approaching the end, fellas. We're approaching the end. Oh, no. We'll go a little bit. Not that far back. probably get attacked by Charles soon. We haven't seen him in a minute. And I've been hearing him. Scrap. Alright, we want to head that way now. A mine or a tomb? Is that what it said? Huh. Oh. Was I right? Are we about... Yeah, we're about to get attacked by... He's right down there. Well, might as well continue forward then. We'll get the encounter out of the way and then come back. Or so I thought. Where'd he go? I just saw him. Alright, never mind then. We can stop here. Same difference to me. This is also an easy way to get into the mine. A little back. A little bit more. There we are. We tried and we failed. By the time we managed to clear the wreckage, everyone had already passed. I'm saddened, truly distraught. I thought of the men like brothers, causing these circumstances to cut deeper than I could have ever imagined. Alright, is this the mine? No, that was the cave-in that we keep hearing about. Yeah, I'm surprised. I did see Charles down in the mountain there. So it is weird that, he decided not to come out and play. Alright, last temple. Or last mine. Last egg, for sure. Okay. Can hear whistling. Granted, there's nowhere to hide along this hallway. So... Charles is afraid of Bob. I don't blame him. He's wandering off that way, okay. Hopefully he can't see me standing right here. Wandering off that way. Can't see. Can definitely hear him though. There he is. Okay. Oh.
Hey! Get out of
Damn
here!
it! No! Alright, might as well check out the place while I have a chance.
Hey, you shouldn't be here!
You shouldn't be here. There's mystical train stuff going on. Bye-bye! I have expected them to try and jump down the shaft.
Forever. Is he still around? Come on, keep looking, guys. Is he still around? Anyone seen the guy? Get him next time.
Okay, they're not gonna follow me down here. For a moment, I thought they might. They pulled the cart back up. Alright. And we got one guy in this hole. Luckily, waiting around here lets me catch my breath, get my health back up. Alright, let him pass one more time. And we'll try for it. Bye-bye, buddy. Is he gonna come down looking this way? That is the question. Yep, he sure is. Damn it! Hey, there's the egg. Cool. How the heck do I get out of here now? Bye-bye. I didn't get to unlock that chest, but you know what? This'll work. Oh dear. Bye, fellas. Oh, geez, where even am I in comparison to the train? Oh, where am I? Yeah, and of course they're still chasing me. I should have stayed next to the tracks, actually. If I had followed the tracks, I would have been a little bit closer. Oh, I can hear Charles. There he is. I can hear him. He's getting close. Oh, he is mad because I have all 3 eggs. He is mad. Can't say I blame him. There's my train. Oh, that swell in the music kind of reminded me of Predator. Where are you at? There we go. There we go. Still need a little bit of a cooldown on it. Not as much, though. So I decided to look up Nightmare Mode out of curiosity. Yeah, what all is included with Nightmare Mode? Multiple Charles. It's not just one. You gotta put up with like 4 of them. Alright, stop there. We haven't painted the train black yet, so we can take a look at what that looks like. Honestly, it just looks like the yellow got rusted. Like, really rusted. I don't even know why they consider that black. We'll go with purple again. Alright, well, we are approaching the end here. All that is left is to go to the temple. Methinks. So we back up. That'll take me, I think, this way. Or this way. Regardless, I can then go into that section. Okay, so it's going to take me this way. So once I hit this, I will need to swap the rails to go left instead. Nope. And then we'll go left and onward towards the temple. Charles gets stronger, more aggressive, the soundtrack changes, the atmosphere is darkened for less visibility, and it is permadeath. Oh. Take notes to include a video that goes into the finer details. Those are the main points. That is terrifying. Permadeath would make that a lot more difficult. I didn't know that was permadeath. Okay, yeah, I could see how that would make things a lot more interesting, too. Because you gotta do the run in one go. Which the game is short enough. Yeah, that works. Alright, well, we need to get into this temple and place these eggs. Let's see what we can do here. Where's this guy at? I can hear him. I saw him vaguely for like 0.2 seconds. Oh, fuck it. I'll just run up the steps. In we go. Open the Temple of Charles. We have all 3 eggs. Go ahead and place them. And we have to remember that there is a bridge we rigged to explode. Up at the top left of the map.
Stay away from the shrine, stranger. You don't know what you're doing. Just put the egg down slowly and lay flat on the ground. You'll hurt far too many people if you follow through with whatever you're planning.
That wasn't even a choice that made me do it.
No! You fool! You've doomed us all!
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Charles is getting supercharged. Oh dear.
Run! Run! I don't want to die!
Oh god, he got Warren. Oh, this is silly. Oh, this is silly. Shoot him until he is dead. Fair enough. This is hell, Charles. Yeah, I think it might have been easier to kill him before he became Hell Charles. Oh! Teleported. Oh, this is silly. Well, that answers that indeed. He starts teleporting and stuff. Oh, there he is. This is such a silly game. I love it for what it is, but it is such a silly game. Oh. Even more supercharged now? Keep pissing them off. Shoot him until he's dead. Get out of here. Ooh, I need to repair my train. Hold on, hold on. I didn't even notice that I needed to. I thought I had been doing pretty good. Alright. Last. Come on. Last hurdle. there we go. Where's a buff blonde warrior that suplexes demon training you need him? That is very, very true. He is too busy being in Final Fantasy VI. But we will get around to suplexing that train. Shall I get him with the rocket launcher at least once? There you go. Oh, are we on the bridge that's supposed to blow up? Yeah, we are. Perfect timing. Ugh. Demon train hunted. The end. Live happily ever after. So I guess Warren III knew that Charles would supercharge himself if we put all the eggs down. So he was trying to protect everyone? Question mark. Well, that is the end of Charles. Fair enough, 2-star games. That was really, really fun. A very silly game. A very, very silly game. But it was fun. Are they sequel baiting right now? Is that supposed to be an egg that managed to survive this fiasco? You're shitting me. Oh! Oh my! Thousands of Choo Choo Charles eggs. What in the world? What in the world? What in the heck I made that monstrosity? What in the world? Yeah, we got nightmare mode. Egg. Darker atmosphere, only one life. Charles is stronger and more aggressive. Well, we might as well check it out, right? I've still got another hour or so to kill.
I know it's been a while since we last spoke, but something has happened at the mines I've been supervising. No, trust me, you'll want to make time for this.
Oh, I will,
You're looking for
Eugene.
something big to keep your museum in business. Well, there's something big on that island. Real big. So many friends. And even my own son are still out there. If anyone can bring this thing down, it's you. It'll be the biggest attraction your city's ever seen. And you can help an old friend. Yes, meet me on the docks at sunset. I hope you're ready for a little monster hunt. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, it is a lot darker.
That train half giga spider from hell. We've been planning his demise for some time now, and have nearly everything in order.
It's like
Just a
pitch
few people
black.
to meet, places to see.
Designed to make you rage
Civil
quit is an
air, you
interesting
know.
tagline to include.
Yes,
That's true.
sir. Welcome to Aranerum, the island where miners dig their own graves. Stay close. Charles isn't the only thing to fear around here.
Yeah. There's this lovely note here that says, I'm gonna try and swim to shore. And, he didn't make it very far.
There's a train shed at the top of one of the trains. If we can get to it, stay close.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot darker. And you said the soundtrack changed as well? I assume to give off some more eerie vibes.
Ah, not to worry. There's a take this. See.
Alright, this way. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Luckily, I turned off the ability to look at the Steam overlay. I had tabbed. There were a lot of buildings that we couldn't get into while we were playing, which is a shame.
Good on you! Looks like you found it. Open up that door and lead the way.
Charles Mining Company. Oh, I guess the horns got added as you went along in the game. That's interesting. The upgrades do physically change the look of the train itself.
Well, the exterior that weekend. Are you ready? Yeah, baby! We're coming for you, Charles! Do you hear that? It's him!
Yeah,
It's
definitely
him!
a lot darker. A heck of a lot darker. Eugene, no!
It's not taking enough damage! Get some headshots!
Oh man, it's like pitch black. That is terrifying. Did I pass Eugene? Must have. Oh yeah, we passed over him, my bad, man.
This isn't how things were supposed to end. I thought we could still fight like the old days. Yes, sir. Easy in, easy out. You'll need to do more than I thought, but I don't have time to explain. Find the eggs. Find my son.
Find my son. Did Eugene say who his son was? Was that Paul? Yeah, and all these guys are in the exact same spot, so it doesn't randomize where the NPCs are. Yeah, the clouds might as well not exist. Or the moon might as well not exist. It's completely clouded over. We are pitch black, man. Yeah, this would be an interesting challenge mode. I'm not gonna sit through it right now. I just kind of wanted to get a glimpse of what it was like. Definitely a lot darker, a lot spookier. I might come back to this to see if I can do it in hardcore mode. Mostly because of just the atmosphere. I might do that as a different stream though. See if we can get Charles to kill me real quick. I don't know if this attracts his attention or not. I would have to assume it does, right? It's one really loud room. There can't be much else going on in this area. Though despite being a lot more aggressive, he does not seem to care about what we're doing. Wacky. I guess a lot more aggressive doesn't mean just on your ass the entire game. Fair enough. Well, that will do it. I didn't expect this to be a long play. I didn't think I'd get through the entire thing in one sitting, but here we are. So, thank you all for watching. If you like the video, please like, subscribe. If you have any other suggestions on games you'd like me to do, or if you'd like me to do the challenge mode, I could rack my head at trying to do hardcore mode a handful of times. But I think that's gonna go ahead and bring this to a close. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, the Omicron stream is probably gonna be this Wednesday, if I had to assume. I'd have to talk with Logan on that. I believe he has Wednesday off. But whether or not we'll feel up to streaming or have other things going on that day, I'd have to discuss that with him. But we'll tentatively Wednesday. We'll continue with the Omicron stream. But until then, I was really trying to get Charles to come kill me. Until then, I suppose.